The US dollar. It's more than just paper, it's a global phenomenon. In bustling financial centers from New York to London to Tokyo, one currency consistently sets the rhythm of the world's economy. But how did this single piece of paper come to hold such immense power? What makes the dollar the undisputed king of global finance? Our story begins in the aftermath of World War II. In 1944, delegates from 44 Allied nations gathered at Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, to rebuild a shattered global economy. They needed a stable foundation, an anchor in a sea of uncertainty. The solution was radical yet simple: peg the world's major currencies to the US dollar. This historic agreement effectively crowned the dollar as the world's principal reserve currency, creating a new financial order with America at its center. Even after the gold standard was abandoned in 1971, the dollar's dominance didn't just persist. It evolved, solidifying its grip through several key pillars. The first is the petrodollar system. In the 1970s, a crucial agreement was struck with major oil-producing nations, most notably Saudi Arabia, to price their oil exclusively in US dollars. Since every country needs oil, every country needs dollars to buy it. This created a massive, constant global demand for the currency, intertwining the world's energy supply with the American financial system. From massive tankers crossing oceans to the pumps at your local gas station, the dollar is the lifeblood of the global energy trade. Beyond oil, the dollar is seen as the ultimate safe haven. In times of global crisis, investors, corporations, and even governments flock to US Treasury bonds. These are essentially loans to the US government, and they are considered one of the safest investments on Earth because they are backed by the full faith and credit of the world's largest economy. This reputation for stability turns market fear into dollar strength, reinforcing its status as the go-to asset when uncertainty strikes. Furthermore, the US Federal Reserve acts as the world's unofficial central bank. During financial crises, it provides emergency dollar liquidity to other countries' central banks through arrangements called swap lines, preventing global financial meltdowns and further cementing the dollar's indispensable role. This influence creates an unseen network that touches nearly every corner of the globe. Dozens of countries either officially peg their currencies to the dollar or manage their exchange rates in tight bands around it. This means their economic fortunes are directly tethered to decisions made in Washington, D.C. From a simple cup of coffee bought by a tourist abroad to a multi-billion-dollar corporate merger between international firms, transactions are overwhelmingly priced and settled in dollars. It is the common language of international commerce, a default setting for the global economy that is incredibly difficult to change. Of course, the dollar's reign is not without its challengers. The euro has emerged as a strong regional currency, and China is actively promoting the yuan in international trade, hoping to carve out its own sphere of influence. But dethroning a king is no simple task. The dollar's power isn't just about economic might. It's woven into the very fabric of the global financial system, built on decades of history, unrivaled liquidity, and the perception of stability. For the foreseeable future, the world will continue to run on green,